What's up, everybody? It's Wes and Andy. We are back once again. It's a Random Fandom Wednesday night because life gets in the way.
It does. It finds a way.
It does. It gets in the way and it finds a way. And here we are.
But like Cheech said in Ghostbusters 2, better late than never.
Better late than never. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you're having a great week wherever you are watching from. If you are watching from the province of Ontario, most of us are now in the throes of winter, whether you like it or not.
Look out the window.
I don't. I don't wanna.
Snow.
I don't like it.
I know.
Don't like it. It is a Random Fandom. It is Random Fandom episode number 41 for the week of November 29th. First comment coming in here on YouTube. It's our friend Nolan. Nolan says, "Hey guys, hello Nolan, Steve just around the corner. Steve, hello Steve. Glad to have you both along tonight." What was I gonna say? Oh, all the usual stuff. By the way, Random Fandom is brought to you by us.
And if you want to call in, you can call in on the WhatsApp.
100% audience participation. You can do it over there with all of the linkages and the chitty chats. We get those in real time. Or pick up the phone, give us a call. I swear it's working.
Steve showing some Canadian pride.
Gotta love it. Got to love it. It is wintertime here in Canada.
It is. Black Friday just happened.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday. By the way, lots of cyber deals still on. Some of them I saw are going as late as tomorrow, the 30th. If you're looking for Christmas gifts, now's a good time. Have you started your Christmas shopping?
I have.
You do every year, though. You start early every year, don't you?
I try to.
Yeah.
That way it's not all left to the end.
You know what I did?
Started?
Nothing.
Oh.
No, that's not true. That's not true. We did buy, my wife and I bought some tech for the house to expand our Google Nest suite.
Nice.
Because most of the Google Nest stuff is on sale, has been on sale since Black Friday at a pretty decent discount. So we took opportunity of that to add a few components to our system. But we weren't going to hold on to them till Christmas.
No.
Like, let's get them open and
start
using them. Yeah, exactly. Man,
Black Friday and Cyber Monday came and went, and I did not buy a single Marvel Legend.
I didn't either. In fact, the only toy that I ended up buying, and this wasn't even a Black Friday deal, it was just regular price. But I did, and it gets me because this is the second time they've gotten me on one of these things that Wes does not like about his toys. I don't like non-transforming Transformers, and I don't like translucent action figures. But this is a great looking Optimus. It's Rise of the Beasts live action Optimus Prime, and I do have a small selection of Hollywood rides. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, for the what? I think I paid $10.97 and tax on that.
Not bad.
So maybe $12 or $13. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can do it.
Not bad. Not
for 12 or 13 bucks. I don't mind doing that. So yeah, that's the only toy that I got over the Black Friday period. Although, like I said, not a sale price.
Yeah.
Sounds like you did pretty good, though.
I did okay. Got some Indiana Jones figures and
in the adventure series.
Yes. So I do believe I've completed my Temple of Doom build an artifact now.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I just have to actually put it all together.
I've got parts of it laying around here somewhere from Kim's set.
I saw the worst thing ever, though, at the Walmart in, I believe it was Markville.
Markville. Okay.
The Hot Wheels bin.
Oh, yeah.
It was picked over like no tomorrow.
All the cards all mangled up.
Not just the cards mangled up, but the amount of cards ripped open.
Yeah.
And like literally, like not hidden or anything, just stacked.
Yep.
Like, oh, look, another one ripped.
Were they empty of car?
Of
course they were.
Yeah.
Of course they were. It reminds me of going into the Toys R Us at Vaughan Mills and walking down the Marvel Legends aisle, and they had the Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange without the sling ring piece. All of them were just Strange. The sling ring
No
piece had
ring.
been ripped out. And I'm like, does nobody in the store care? Does nobody like it's the one accessory that
The one
comes
you
with
want to
that
buy
figure.
with
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. All the ring pieces were gone.
Aw,
But yeah, and they wanted full price.
of course they did.
No, this is not happening.
Oy.
All right, I feel like we've chitty chatted enough. What do you want to do? You want to get
let's roll
started?
into our
Let me
opening
roll this
segment.
thing over here. Yeah, let's get it started with another dose of
Random Fandom Trivia.
maybe I know something this week. I don't know.
You might.
I feel like I don't though.
Well,
It's been one of those weeks. I'm still although I probably sound okay. There's just a little
twinge left.
yeah, the tiniest little like is still kind of bugging me, but I can breathe for the most part, and
Well,
that's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Question for you this week.
All right, I will try.
We're going back in history.
Uh-oh.
A flushing toilet was first shown in which U.S. film?
Oh wow.
Was it A, Bridesmaids, B, Psycho, or C, National Lampoon's Animal House?
Okay, I'm glad that because
You got options. So.
without the visual, I'm like, wait, a flush toilet or a toilet that's actually mid
A flushing toilet.
like an actual mid flush, like the water swirling.
Yes, they show the flushing.
The flushing. That sounds like a horror movie.
It could be.
For that reason alone, I will say Psycho because I have no idea. The flushing.
The flushing coming soon to a theater near you.
Although Bridesmaids,
It featured a lot of
toilet humor.
It did. Well, Sean's coming in here. He says C.
Sean coming in at C. That's that Animal House. Yeah. I'm completely I don't honestly know. So like because like I said, the flushing sounds like a horror movie. So I'm going with Psycho.
Any more for any more out there in our viewer land? Here's where we need that Jeopardy music again.
Seriously, we're gonna have to like make our own Jeopardy theme, like our own kind of doo 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 doo.
Well, Steve's coming in. He says C.
Steve coming in at C with Animal House.
Sarah,
hi Sarah, welcome to the show with a C as well.
All in for all in.
I think we are.
All right. Well, if you pick
What do you
anything other than B,
what?
Yeah, it was actually Psycho.
Wait, is that the scene?
That is the scene.
Is that paper?
That is paper.
Oh boy.
So the thing behind it was the screenwriter, Joseph Stefano. He was adamant about showing a flushing toilet to add realism because you never see anybody do anything in the bathroom.
Nobody. Right? It's like Star Trek. Nobody goes.
But Hitchcock was like, no, we're not going to do that unless it's needed in the script. So Stefano wrote the scene in which Marion Crane flushes the evidence down the toilet.
Ah, that makes sense.
So it's all evidence.
I was going to say, because, like, having not seen the original.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, you got to check it out.
It looks like torn paper.
It is.
Not bog roll or toilet paper.
No. Yeah. No.
Okay.
No shit tickets. Just evidence.
We are past our initial 15 seconds for YouTube. So. We can commence with the profanities now. Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow, so that was fun. Stick with us as we move through the show. Coming up a little bit later, we'll have another round of lexicon where I've got a no nonsensical word for you to chew on, and maybe you've got the right answer.
Maybe.
That'll be a little bit later. Let's get into this week's entertainment news. What do we got?
So first up, Superman Legacy has found its Eve Tessmacher and Jimmy Olsen.
You know, I'm not super familiar with either of these actors.
Me either. But based on his look, this Skylar
how do we say that? Gisondo?
He looks like he was tailor-made for a Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs a bit of a haircut. And,
a little bit of a haircut and strap a camera to him and he's good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other one, I guess she is a Victoria's Secret model.
All right.
And she's been cast as Miss Tessmacher going back to the original films.
Miss Tessmacher!
That's right. But the character's kind of evolved over the years. Like in the animated, she really becomes a badass.
Yeah, I mean,
she's like Lex's right hand.
I liked the character. I liked Miss Tessmacher in the Christopher Reeves films because she was this. How do you explain it? She was so enamored, like she wanted to see the good in Lex, and he just never delivered. So,
and she even saved Superman, right?
Yeah, you really sympathize with her.
Yeah, she's like the good, or I guess the angel on his shoulder.
Yeah,
Lex,
absolutely.
But he just ignores her.
Then what was Otis?
He would be the lackey.
That's fair. That is fair. Yeah.
But yeah, Sarah Sampaio. Sampaio. She's Portuguese, so
okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah. So she will not be driving a Kona for a very specific reason.
No.
And Hyundai, come on, research your stuff before you name it.
What's the deal with the Kona?
It can't be called a Kona in Portugal.
Do you want to tell us why?
It involves a certain sea bomb.
No.
The translation from English to Portuguese. Kona is not a nice word.
Like lady bits.
Lady bits.
Ooh.
Okay. That's why if you go to Portugal, you will not find a Hyundai Kona.
They just probably renamed it something else.
Yeah, they did.
Kind of like the Malibu for the Nova in Mexico. They didn't sell the Nova as the Nova in Mexico because of
stuff.
Well, I think it's something to do with like the word Nova meant like piece of crap.
Oh. Yeah. Steve says, I remember. And he would too, because he was told. Little tidbit of information we received years ago.
About the Kona.
Yep.
That's funny because when I was shopping for a new car, it was on my short list. Facebook user, what is this? Nova was a myth. What?
I thought Nova was,
I feel completely denied.
The girl in Planet of the Apes.
That's true.
Come on, Nova, get on the horse.
Let's see. What do we got here? Did the Chevy Nova fail to sell in Spanish-speaking countries?
Apparently, Facebook user says Nova means
no go. Okay. Snopes tells me that, what does it say here? Classic business legend holds that the Chevrolet Nova sold poorly in Spanish-speaking countries because of a translation snafu. The Chevrolet Nova sold poorly in Spanish-speaking countries because its name translates as "doesn't go" in Spanish. In the classic cautionary tale about the pitfalls of doing business in foreign countries, can be found in hundreds, if not thousands, of books about marketing. General Motors introduced the Chevy Nova model of automatic into the Spanish-speaking market and scratched their heads in puzzlement when it sold poorly.
Steve says from Rico.
GM executives were baffled until someone finally pointed out to them that Nova translate as "doesn't go" in Spanish. The embarrassed automobile giant changed the model name to the Caribe, and sales of the car took off. This anecdote is frequently used to illustrate the perils of failing to do adequate preparation and research before introducing a product into the international marketplace. Now, Snopes, tell me, is it true or not? Skip to the bottom here. Come on now.
Maybe. Legend. It's not a legend if it's true.
The whole Nova doesn't go tale was merely another in a long line of automotive jokes, like the ones about Ford being an acronym for fix or repair daily or found on road dead, or Fiat being an acronym for fix it again, Tony. These humorous inventions might adequately reflect the teller's feelings about the worthiness of the various types of automobiles, but we don't really expect that anyone ever refrained from buying a Ford because they actually believed that they needed to be repaired on a daily basis.
Well, when you're a Chevy man, you kind of take that as gospel.
Wait. The follow-up comment.
The bathroom.
Would that be Uncle John's bathroom readers? Because those things are like worth their weight in gold. That's the book, and it doesn't matter which one. That is the book that you read, you sign it, and you pass it on to somebody else, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. They are awesome to hand around. Seriously, you never passed around a book like that?
Not one from the bathroom.
Where else are you going to read it?
On the couch? I don't know.
You put that one in the bathroom beside your Chuck Norris books.
Ah, yes, the Chuck Norris
I've got a couple of the Chuck Norris
Me too.
books. Yeah.
Me too.
All right, well, getting away from the Nova thing, Superman Legacy. There we go. Yeah, we got Jimmy Olsen and...
the cast is filling out nicely.
Miss Tessmacher!
I hope they don't play her as like the helpless, enamored version. I hope they go with like, a confident spy, kick your ass type version.
Yeah, like, because when we get to Superman Returns and we've got what's her name? She was awful in it. She played in the Netflix Lost in Space. I can't remember her name, but horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
TJC.
TJC. Good evening, sir. Nice to have you along. I hope you're having a great, I guess it's
Wednesday.
It's early morning or very late at night where you are. After midnight. How's that?
Something like that.
After midnight, we gonna let it all hang out. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Well, not all of it. Well, just the little bit. Just the fun stuff.
But anyway, Superman Legacy is scheduled to shoot early next year, and the current theatrical release date for the film is July 11th, 2025.
Nice. You know, I'm a Superman fan, so I'm down. Yeah. I'm down. I hope it is. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. But again, haven't seen a Superman movie that I didn't find something redeeming about.
Fair enough.
Even that 2006 one, I actually liked it. So,
Superman Returns.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Next up here we have Iman Vellani. She's given her 2 cents as to the success of the Marvels.
Did you read any of the comments that went along with these? Because this one floated around a couple different agencies.
It did. Yeah, what does she quote as saying? She says, I don't want to focus on something that's not even in my control, because what's the point? That's for Bob Iger. The box office has nothing to do with me. I'm happy with the finished product, and people that I care about enjoyed the film. It's genuinely a good time watching this movie, and that's all we can ask for with these films.
Not gonna lie.
That's a great perspective.
The movie was fun, but I think it's very short-sighted to say it has nothing to do with me. You're one of the principal actors in the film. So absolutely, you are a contributing factor to why people are or are not going to see this movie.
True.
That's like saying, well, Harrison Ford doesn't matter to Star Wars or Indiana Jones. Do you know what I mean? Like,
true.
But I agree with her. I do agree that it is a mostly optimistic viewpoint from where she's coming from. And I get that. She's super enthusiastic. I think she's great as the character that she plays, Miss Marvel. But to try to absolve yourself 100% of what's going on at the box office just isn't realistic. It is a team effort, though. It's not just her.
No.
But it's also not her.
Yeah.
Not her.
Yeah.
Not.
Because, like, they tripped up on the marketing and whatnot. Like, they weren't allowed to go out and promote it because of the strike.
Well, that's beyond their people.
There's all that.
That's beyond them. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's 11:15 where you are, TJC. Okay, so it's not as late as I thought it was. Man, I'll figure this time thing out at some point.
Yeah,
and hit that like, people. Oh man, I love the props. Thank you so much. By the way, 480 subscribers. We are just 20 subs away from being able to get in on some of the lower tiered
YouTuber
partnership stuff with YouTube. So that's kind of exciting. Just 20 peeps away.
Yep.
Not that I care if we get there or not. Of course I care if we get there.
We'll get there.
I'm not driven to like, we gotta get there.
We have to be there by next week.
No. Are you kidding? I'll have several more episodes of life happen that will prevent me from doing anything.
Yeah. We're coming into the busy season here. So.
Yes.
So Guillermo del Toro.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. He has backed Christopher Nolan, calling owning physical media a responsibility, as you are the custodian of these films for future generations to come.
He makes a good point.
He really does.
He makes a good point.
All on board with this because I am one of those custodians.
Yeah, I mean, for the longest time, and the only reason I stopped buying physical media was out of convenience. It's just that much more convenient for me to stream it here at the house. I don't, as a collector, and you can appreciate this, whether it's books, movies, records, toys, all that stuff. And by the way, as a collector of all that stuff, the house is only so big. And as much as I would love to be able to be an archivist of all cool things, it's just not realistic for me. And I'm sure it's not realistic for a lot of people. But the point is still well made.
Yeah. because Christopher Nolan he's championing physical media because
Oh yeah.
streamers are pulling stuff from availability at like a moment's notice.
Yeah, and pulling their own stuff too, not just stuff that they've worked out licensing deals for, but their own original content. And that we talked about that last week.
Yeah, like
Disney
Willow.
pulling Willow.
I didn't even get to see the last 3 episodes or whatever.
Oh no!
I don't know how it ended. Was it good?
Well, did you like the series up until that point?
I was okay with it.
It didn't get much better at all. But that's my own opinion. Is it worth watching? Yeah, it's worth watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about Willow another time.
Yeah. Right now it's just media and streamers pulling streams.
Yeah. But again, physical media, it's still out there. You can still find it. Sometimes you got to resort to hitting up online outlets to get it. But
once you get it, you got it.
They're still making it. And I mean, that's really the only way to keep it going is to continue to buy it. So.
I saw the neatest thing at the Pickering Toys R Us.
Yeah.
They've converted a section that used to be all video games and whatnot.
A lot of the video game sections are like almost gone.
Now. Yeah. But they've converted it into a vinyl, DVD, Blu-ray, and CD section.
That's an interesting.
It's like walking into a music world,
like going into HMV when we still had HMV.
It's just like that, and it's like it caught me off guard. I'm like, wow, they're fully stocked here.
Going to like Sunrise Records or something. What price wise? What did it compare?
Price wise, the CDs and DVDs, yeah, they were comparable, but the vinyl, I didn't realize it was that expensive these days.
I haven't bought a record, ever really.
Like they had Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
Well, that's a double album. So
they wanted $129, I believe, for it.
Cow.
Dr. Dre's The Chronic, they wanted $59 for it.
For a record.
Where you could walk over the CD section and get it for $13.
Right.
But
and I mean,
again, it's that vinyl feeling, right?
Yeah, I mean, vinyl's its own listening experience, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, TJC.
Oh yeah, well deserved. Once you reach the 500 subs, yeah, I honestly didn't. There was a time where I'm like, if we get like 6 people show up and like hang out with us and watch our videos, you know what? That's enough. I've always said one person watching is enough to keep doing it. So you know what? It is absolutely supremely humbling to know that 480 people have liked some of our content at some point enough to hit that button, which blows me away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But again, like we had talked about last week, there was that whole thing with Coyote versus Acme, and
then that's
shelf
right.
It and
that's right. Yeah.
The Batgirl. There's still that release Batgirl movement going on.
I mean, we grew up at a time where direct to home media was an industry on its own.
Yeah, like that's how you got the Little Mermaid Part 2 and Part 3.
That's how you got like at least 50 Steven Seagal movies and 25 Bruce Willis movies.
Maybe 15 Jean-Claude Van Dammes.
Yeah, and a bunch of Nick Cages.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny because I flip through right now and I'm actually seeing thumbnails for like Nick Cage movies that I've never heard of that are like within the last 3 to 5 years old.
Willy's Wonderland is good. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's, but with Nick Cage.
Oh, right. I heard something about that.
Yeah. So,
all right. Well, physical media. What do you guys think of physical media? Are you guys consumers of physical media? Do you still buy albums and CDs and movies, or do you stream, or are you somewhere in the middle? Let us know. We want to hear what you guys have to say.
Mm-hmm. So, Scream 7 has
gone
through a major shakeup.
It feels like this thing was put through a meat grinder and all of the came out sort of at one time, and I don't think they meant for it to.
I don't think so. Oh, TJC's here.
I feel the same way about my streams. Just fun and getting to hang out with some great people. Oh, it is. It's this wonderful experience of shared interest, and I just love hanging out with people who just like the same stuff that we like. It's just it's like hanging out with your buddies, only internationally.
Exactly.
That's right.
But yeah, Sam Carpenter, the actress that plays her, Melissa Barrera,
fired
for her comments regarding Palestine.
Now, I don't want to get into a whole thing about the Middle East and Israel and Palestine, but like, did she say something awful?
I honestly don't know what she said.
Okay,
but I guess it reflected badly enough.
The studio
said no,
we don't want to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's their prerogative.
The one says her recent pro-Palestine post stirred up controversy, stating that they ventured over the line using an anti-Semitic trope that Jews could control the media. I don't
Oh,
know if that's actually what she said or like a
well, that's a way of
close
saying,
enough to
yeah,
it.
yeah. This is the gist of what she was getting
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
So they took issue with that and
It's a
released her
tough
from the
spot to
project.
be a
Yeah.
celebrity where your voice reaches a lot of people because
Yeah,
when
because
you
a
have an
lot of people are
audience,
following it.
yeah, when you've got an audience, people are bound to go, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
but that's not the only hit they took.
The very
The
next
day
day,
after, Jenna Ortega had dropped out of Scream 7.
yeah, not coming back, and then it's scheduling conflicts, and I'm
Yeah.
like, is it really?
Well, she's saying that it's because
Is it?
goes against her filming schedule for season 2 of Wednesday.
Does it?
And if that's the case, I'm okay with that. I'd rather have another season of Wednesday than another Scream movie.
Conveniently to have an out though.
True.
That's okay. She can call it scheduling conflicts, and it can be whatever it is. But I will question: is this serendipity working in her favor? Man, I just don't want to be associated with this crap anymore.
Maybe.
Right.
But then on top of that, the producers are
Let's
apparently
start courting.
Yeah, they're going back. They're trying to get Nev Campbell back in the role of Sidney Prescott.
You know, I'm certainly not a Scream fan. I'm aware of the early ones. I'm aware of her character and who she is. Is there a way for her to come back?
Certainly, she hasn't died yet, so
Okay. All right. Is there a
reason?
credible reason for her to
At
come
this
back?
point, I don't think there is.
Right.
Unless it's like an obsessed fan that goes on and picks up the legacy. Because I believe they've killed off 9 Ghostface now at this point.
Have her come back as the next Ghostface.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Well,
Maybe she finally cracks.
yeah, maybe.
But I guess she dropped out of 6 and 7, or was it? Or no, 5 and 6. Sorry.
Okay.
Because she didn't figure the paycheck they were offering was up to standards. So now with this happening,
it's a good reason not to do a job.
Yeah.
Not paying me enough.
Yeah. So with that happening, now the studio could potentially just like throw money at her until she says yes.
You've just lost 2 actors. So
they're 2 principal.
Those 2 actors, there's money to increase the salary right there.
Yeah. So whether or not that's going to happen, who knows?
There's money to pay her. Whether it amounts to what she's asking for, maybe another question.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't speak like that. That there's room to increase if it doesn't meet her demands to begin with.
Yeah. But time will tell. You had sent me this next one, and I apologize for our audio listeners, but this stuff is awesome. Artist Chris J. Sorrentino has recreated
I love this
scenes from Ghostbusters in the animated style.
Yeah, I saw this on a random, like just scrolling through my feed one day earlier, late last week.
Yeah.
And I saw, now there's a bunch of other pieces there that are not in the real Ghostbusters style, but these ones really caught my attention, like recreating moments from the film franchise in the style of the real Ghostbusters. And they look awesome.
I want to see this movie now.
Yeah.
Like just animate it and use the original.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you're good to go.
Yeah. I would be totally down for that as well.
But like, he didn't just do the first movie.
No.
He also did Ghostbusters 2 and
Afterlife. And what an awesome interpretation of the guys.
Yeah.
Especially looking at Egon with the
ghost of
beard.
Egon.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. So if you want to check that stuff out, you can head over to pizzaplasmum.com.
Did we link it?
We did. I believe we did link to it in the show notes.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, go have a look. Next up, we did get the animated trailer for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I watched it, and normally I watch these things a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. Like, do I have a grip on this?
Yeah.
I watched it once and went, yeah. And I haven't gone back to it. One, I'm not a huge fan of this animation style. They did another DC thing recently. One of the Supergirl things was done in this style. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, it's okay. It's almost like almost cell shaded.
A little bit, yeah.
But different.
It's almost a halfway
point between your Bruce
Timm animation and like your anime version.
Yeah,
Kind of like a
kind
stopping
of.
point in the
Kind
milk
of. But it's so like, again, like when I say cell shading, you know what I mean, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It has the same sort of lighting quality to it. And first of all, I just don't know like which crisis are we talking
I
about?
believe they're going back to the actual 80s
Like the
crisis.
early
And if that's the case,
84?
Supergirl's in trouble.
Well, that's one of the most famous comic book covers in history.
It is.
I had that one.
And the Flash ain't going to do so well either.
Well,
I still have that one.
I like the story. I do like the story. Will I watch it? Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah,
Probably
they're going to
will.
split it up into 3 parts, though. So,
Yeah,
at
well.
least it could be drawn out and do a proper covering of the entire, what was it, 8 or 12
Well,
issues?
most of these DC animated things usually come in around the 90, from 80 to 90, 90 minutes sort of would be the longest one. Some
Yeah.
of them are actually shorter than that, but three-parter at maybe an hour a piece.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That would be okay. That's a movie and a sequel. That's 3 episodes of a streaming show.
Yeah. Yeah. But apparently they're going to set it within the DC anime or the DC animated universe, starting it in like
Oh,
mid 2000s era, but it is the 85 comic book story.
I wonder, are they building a cohesive animated universe too then?
They might be, which would be
Hmm.
neat, but
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
think it would be totally cohesive because of the amount of times they've done Death of Superman.
Oh, sorry. That's what I was thinking of. The movie that I'm thinking of, the Supergirl one, I can't tell you the title of it. Clark takes Kara to the future and hooks her up with the League of Superheroes. The future where he doesn't exist, where he's dead, and they
Yeah.
recruited him as Superboy.
Yeah.
Well, he takes her there, and she becomes a part. Oh, sorry, not the League, the Legion,
Yeah.
the Legion of Superheroes. That's the one I'm thinking of that uses this style. Not a big fan of this style.
Fair enough. But if you want to go check out the trailer, we did link to it in the show notes. So
Alrighty.
go have a look.
Alrighty then.
This is a weird one here. Fox has chosen to move Family Guy to Wednesday nights.
Why?
I don't know for sure.
Wow.
Again, like,
do we know what time they're coming on?
It will be moving to
9:30
9:30.
Eastern. So they're
starting
not
on March 6th.
they're not competing with Survivor because that's a big thing to compete with on a Wednesday night.
Yep.
But it also puts them in competition with anything.
AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of the streamers use Wednesday nights to do stuff. Well, mind you, we just got we got a shift from Ahsoka shifted from Wednesday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
And even that, it was late. It was what, 9:00 or something.
Oh, yeah. This is the first time that the series has been broadcast on a weekday since before its cancellation back in 2001.
Oh my God. Is it that old?
It is that old.
This is the show that I put on Disney Plus when I got nothing to do and I just want to zone out. Because there's enough that I haven't seen that I'm like, oh, okay, I can watch this. Interesting, though. Interesting to get a time slot change like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel this is going to be good for it, bad, indifferent?
I think the audience will follow it because they're revamping the Sunday lineup, and it's going to have new shows like Grimsburg and Great North, which I have not seen or heard of. But
sounds like a show about Canada.
Maybe.
Sounds like a show about Canada, Lois.
Have you ever seen Forget About It?
Forget About It.
Yeah,
No,
it's a weird one. It follows a gangster named Jimmy who ends up assassinating his boss and goes into witness protection, and they stick him up in Regina, Saskatchewan. So he's got to deal with this one Mountie. And
oh, that sounds like a Canadian knockoff version of Tulsa King.
Maybe.
Have you seen Tulsa King yet?
I have not.
That's Stallone's first television series.
Okay, well then
live
Tulsa
action
King
series.
Is it recent?
Yeah.
Because Forget About It's been years.
Oh yeah, Tulsa
maybe
King.
Tulsa King is ripping him
have
off.
some inspiration from interesting.
Maybe.
In Tulsa King, Stallone plays a career gangster who took a fall for somebody in the family, went to prison for 25 years. He gets out of prison and the Don sends him to Tulsa, Oklahoma to set up shop, start making money. And he's got to deal with local law enforcement as well as some other characters. Has nothing to do with Family Guy.
No, but
To the Hindencopter, to the Petercopter. To the Hindenpeter.
yeah. Anyway, it's going to Wednesdays starting next year, so
All right.
enjoy your Sunday lineup. Well, you can.
I'll probably catch up on it in a year or 2 or 3 here.
Yeah, same here.
Sarah says Tulsa King is good. I hope there's a season 2. I also hope there's a season 2, and I have heard rumblings that Stallone did not appreciate the shooting schedule and having to be away from his family.
Just bring him with him.
Well, it's not like shooting a movie where you're gone for 8 weeks and then you're home. He's like shooting TV. Episodic television is a completely different animal.
Yeah.
And he said he was not a fan of it. It's like shooting a season of TV is like making like 4 or 5 movies all at one time. And he said he did not like it. So I'm hoping that ratings were good enough to motivate him to come back, because I never thought in a million years that Sylvester Stallone would be good in what is ostensibly an action comedy. It's less comedy and more action, but he's really good in it.
Well, do you not remember
Stop my mom will shoot? Yeah, no, that doesn't count.
Oh, it had still Getty. Come on.
This is different though. It's way different. Like, and I can't explain it. You got to see it to appreciate what it is, but it's fantastic.
Nice. Let's talk some toys.
Toy news.
Got some toy news.
I love toy news.
So NECA has announced they are doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze 2-pack.
Oh, wait, I saw this.
Featuring Kino
I did. I saw this. Yeah.
and a foot soldier.
I just see Ernie Reyes Jr. and go, holy crap, that's a good likeness.
Yeah.
When he wasn't playing one of the turtles.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's pretty spot on from Secret of the Ooze. Comes with training stuff and whatnot. And yeah, he's just training with a foot soldier. So
he looks fantastic.
Going with the foot soldier 2-pack that they previously released, plus the singles, you're going to start building yourself quite the little foot clan.
Yeah, you could have a small little army of them.
That's right.
Yeah. They're good. NECA's been hitting it pretty good with the turtle license, and they've been they've really been flexing it. So
yeah, and they're great looking figures.
You know, like, I haven't bought
as
NECA
far
figure
as
in a
like
while.
the movie likeness.
Yeah.
Oh,
Red Swenson on YouTube. Still my favorite Turtles movie.
Because of Vanilla Ice.
Too, yeah.
Ninja Rap.
Go Ninja, go.
But sticking sort of with the Turtles.
Yeah.
Some more information has come out
about
the Turtles of Grayskull.
Is this the one that I sent you?
It is.
Oh yeah, I was pretty surprised to see this.
Yeah, the package art for Mouse Jaw has revealed that there's going to be a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, Metal Bato.
So he's a cross between, I'm guessing,
Metalhead and Roboto.
Yeah.
So there's also a stop motion video promo for this entire line, and it looks so good. You know what? After the show's over, if I can find the link for it, I'll post it up on our socials so you guys can see it. But the short version is Skeletor. Now we're talking Origin Skeletor in stop motion, and it's smooth as butter. It looks so good. Is pondering over, the table he had in the Filmation series with the crystal ball in it.
Yeah.
He's kind of like peering into it, and people start spewing out like a canister of ooze.
Oh no.
Yeah, they show the transformation of the thing falling on Trapjaw and him erupting into Mouse Jaw.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the ooze hitting He-Man, and He-Man turning into the mutagen He-Man. And then at the end of it, Donnie and the other turtle that are in the line pop out, and they're like, huh? It's super cool. I will definitely go out of my way to find a link and post it up. Yeah,
definitely want to see that.
Yeah, it's really good.
This next one's coming out from McFarlane, from the Reign of the Supermen. You can finally get Steel.
I like the character of Steel.
It wasn't bad.
I don't know if I like the ice blue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it's pretty close to comic accurate.
Again, the face is great, but it's a comic book based character. Yeah. It's hard to mess it up.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a good looking figure.
Yeah, you can pre-order him now, and I guess shipping happens in January sometime. So
yeah, I just saw another one from McFarlane today. There's another, they just showed off another Superman today.
Yeah, I saw that, but not in time.
Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah. but I did see this, and just in time for
Oh
Christmas.
man, I laughed when I saw this. I mean, the likeness is awful. We're
It is
sticking with
terrible.
McFarlane.
Yeah.
This proves my point.
Yep,
That does not look like Chevy Chase.
at all.
No,
No.
not at all.
I mean, if you were standing far enough back, yeah, you know the scene, you know what it's supposed to be.
We had
But-
NECA had a license for Christmas Vacation for a couple of years, and,
Yeah.
and did their two
Yeah.
Christmas figures, and they looked
great.
great. I don't know what happened here.
Don't know for sure. I don't know why he went for this particular moment either.
Plugging in the lights.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody out there is going to do a house in like 7-inch scale.
Oh. And then
with
have
mini
a little
with mini
switch.
LEDs,
Yeah,
right?
and it'll flick.
Ah!
But yeah, this one, it gets you the Clark figurine, I guess.
Is it a figure or is it a static?
I think it's a static.
Now it's under the old Movie Maniacs
is.
Title. So those were semi
Semi-posable, but not.
posable.
They were more like you pose them once and you're done.
Yeah, like you might
Like
get
in
an
the pre-order
arm.
pose. Yeah, they could move a little bit.
Sure, but you wouldn't like you couldn't move them to the point where
No,
like once
it's not like a legend.
once
or
the
a Black
clothing
Series.
kind of started to like deviate from the seams, you're like, nah, it just doesn't look.
doesn't look right.
No.
But
Which reminds me though, I have to find my DVD copy of that to watch it this year. We watch it every year.
yeah, again, streaming doesn't always happen.
That's so true.
Go physical media. But this one, it comes with the base. It comes with a cardboard backing, so you can have the little backdrop. It is gold label, so whatever that buys you.
Meaning there's some exclusive piece in it.
Yeah, I guess it's only limited to 5,000 pieces. This one,
Oh,
so it's not going to be everywhere. But it also comes with the art card, a certificate of authenticity, and a bonus secret item.
okay.
So no idea what the secret item is, but it comes with
What did we
something.
get? The NECA one came with the model of the pool.
Yep. And the second one came also like this
With
one does
the
with
moose
the moose
mug.
glass.
The moose mug, yeah.
But
And it was clear as well, clear plastic.
maybe you're gonna get snots, a little snots to put it next to him, or
The
it
dog.
latches right onto his leg. Just let him
That's
finish,
right.
Clark.
That's right. Oh, we got a question coming in from Red. On that note, what's your go-to Christmas movie?
Wonderful Life.
Wow, you wasted no time whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now, I flip-flop an awful lot because I have this like emotional connection to all of the Rankin Bass stuff.
Yeah.
But like we talked about in previous years, going back and rewatching them, especially Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, has a whole new connotation now where it's not as
Social context has
it's
overwritten
not
that
as
movie.
innocent anymore
No.
watching it as a 40-something. But
Oh, this is man's work.
yeah.
Get back in the cave, Clarice.
What's the one that they've done two of them with oh my god.
We're alive.
No. Recently they're Netflix movies. There's two of them with Ego.
With Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they're called?
Christmas Chronicles, I think.
Christmas Chronicles, the first one.
It was good.
You know, there's a whole slew of Christmas movies come out every year, you know, especially if you're watching the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
But that one, and I don't really get involved in a lot of them because they all have the same kind of plot.
Yeah.
But Christmas Chronicles, it felt special.
It was different.
It felt special. I really liked it.
Red says, mine is Claus.
Claus with a K.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Klaus.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Batman Claus is out in stores now.
I saw him.
I saw him too.
I picked him up. I looked at him and I laughed like I knew I would. Put him on the shelf and said, no. He's as ridiculous as I had previously asserted. He's as ridiculous as the Star Wars holiday figures.
Oh, come on. The jaw was neat. The Nutcracker Stormtrooper.
I'm not saying that there isn't an audience for them,
There is something.
but I am not that.
Fair enough. This next one's kind of sad.
Uh-oh.
Hasbro has discontinued their selfie series.
This caught me off guard. One, as Canadians, we have never been able to
No.
order these.
I want one, but I'm never going to get it.
What makes it more is that just recently they just announced that they were adding a whole bunch of new accessories like glasses and beards and different facial portrait options. They were just announced at a convention earlier this year.
Weird.
So like they must not have been selling very well to go from here's a bunch of new stuff to now we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if what was this here? The fan site Rebel Scum.
Yeah.
They posted a response that they got from Hasbro, which
this is a customer service email.
Yeah, it says, "Thank you for contacting us about Hasbro's selfie series. We have discontinued the series platform and it has been removed from the Hasbro Plus app.
The Pulse app, yeah.
Yeah, we also want to inform you that we are no longer accepting new orders for Hasbro selfie series figures. If you already have placed an order and need further assistance, please contact Hasbro Pulse."
That's something, eh?
Yeah.
So, if you were hoping to get one,
you might be out of luck now.
You're out of luck.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Just roll back up there for a second. So yeah, it launched in September of 22.
Yeah, so it's not been around that long.
13 months?
Yeah.
14 months? Not long at all. Longer than some toy lines last.
And they didn't even limit this one, right? Like it was it was Star Wars, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, Marvel, and Ghostbusters.
It was pretty much on any 6-inch line that they were doing. They didn't open it to the Indiana Jones yet, but I bet you they might have.
Maybe.
They might have if they had kept going. What's Red saying? It is Klaus, the Germanic pronunciation. It's on Netflix, and it's great.
Excellent.
I suppose it's a murdery kind of thing.
I don't know.
I think it is. I'm just guessing, though. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't we just talk about these guys?
We did talk about these ones, but we're circling back here for Super 7.
Oh, yeah. Those other guys that got a turtle license.
That's right. They're releasing their Foot Soldier, and he comes with a crazy amount of accessories here.
Yeah, you know what I like about this particular series is that it leans heavily into the Playmates aesthetic, but then just does what they did with Masters of the Universe, made it more articulate and a little more collector friendly.
Mm-hmm. But this particular one, anyway, if you order, or I guess pre-order the entire Wave 11 collection, you're going to get a super pack of extra weapons for everybody within that line.
Oh, that's cool.
So I guess
we got a pair of katanas. We got I don't know what
it almost looks like a Mouser.
It does look like a
hand
Mouser
arrow or
it's
something.
It looks like a Tusken Raider gaffy stick with a Mouser on the end of it.
Yeah. And then it looks like a
rat
on
whip.
a stick.
Rat whip. The tail is like a whip, maybe?
Whip.
Cool whip.
Maybe.
It is a cool whip.
And then some sort of cane or a pokey stick.
Yeah, and a sewer knife.
And some
chucks.
Yeah.
A couple of chucks.
So if you order the whole wave, you get this bonus thing.
Interesting.
It's not a ton, but better than nothing. And then you had pointed this one out today.
This one came out of
Ahsoka the Black series.
It was kind of last minute. I saw this just before air tonight.
Yeah.
We're getting a 2-pack. Now, if you live in the United States, this was on the Target website today at 12 noon Eastern. I tried to see if it was listed on GameStop here in Canada, and I did not see it.
It is a Target exclusive down there. So,
well, a lot of that stuff makes its way, whether it's GameStop or Toys R Us. I could not find it at a Canadian retailer.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we won't get it.
But chances are you're not paying their online price of $24.99.
This is an interesting time because this isn't the first time in recent months that we've seen the Black Series doing these 2-packs, especially ones that are clone themed. We saw the Mace Windu pack with the Jedi General.
His General.
Yeah, the Jedi General packs that are supposed to be coming, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. First of all, I want to say, the good thing about this set is that the helmets are removable.
Yeah.
Those early clones, especially the Phase 1 clones, if you got the Phase 1 clones when they came out, they were just solid heads on a peg. You could not remove them. So that's the good point. Now for the bad. This is supposed to be a Phase 1 Clone Trooper Lieutenant. Now, the Clone Trooper Lieutenant was just released recently, and I think he was released as no, he wasn't an archive. He was a red box. Might have been one of the last red box releases, or maybe one of the early new boxes.
Okay.
But he was the only figure that didn't come out in the whole rank structure. They did the trooper, they did the sergeant, and the captain. Maybe they did the lieutenant. But there's a glaring omission here, is that on the chest piece of all of the other Phase 1 clones are colored dots for their rank.
To show.
Yeah. And he's missing the dots to denote his rank. It's a minor detail, but it's significant enough that, wait a minute, if you have all of the other Phase 1 clones,
it's going to stand out.
He's going to look a little out of place. He's not going to look like a lieutenant. He's just going to look like, oh, is he just some dude in the 501st?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if the good outweighs the bad on this one. It might. I won't know until if I get it in hand. I don't even know if I'm going to go for this one. I didn't get the Ahsoka clone the last time around, so it might be the reason for me to go for this one.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't get the the 332nd clone the last time,
yeah,
this is a good way to pick it up.
There you go.
Hopefully, we get it here in Canada. I feel we will.
Yeah, we'll probably see it.
It's only a matter of time.
Yep. But speaking of time,
what?
It's time
for
me to hand the console.
Oh, wait a second. Okay, it's time. It's time.
Loading lexicon. Generating responses. Responses ready. Lexicon is the word game where you decide what's real and what is a con. Get ready. Here we go.
Okay, it is time for Lexicon once again. This is the word game where I put up a no-nonsensical word that is also 100% legit. I'm going to give you 3 definitions. Your job is to figure out which one is the correct definition. And if I've done my job, I will fool you and pull off the con. All right. Do you want to know what this week's word is? What do you got for us? All right. This week's word is
fool's cap.
Fool's cap.
Fool's cap.
Fool's cap. Fool's cap. Fool's cap.
The cap that I put on that makes me look like a fool.
Well then, seeing as you're already jumping the gun, would you like to see the first definition?
Yeah, show me the
All
definition.
Right, definition number 1 for fool's cap.
A long hat with bells on it. The type typically worn by jesters.
All right, and then we've got definition number 2.
An advanced software application designed to analyze a person's facial expression and determine if they are actually amused when exposed to humorous stimuli.
Fool's cap. And then we've got definition number 3.
A type of lined writing paper standardized to 8 by 13 inches. In North America, it is referred to as legal-sized paper.
There you go. There's your 3 options for fool's cap. Fool's cap. Red Swenson very quickly chiming in. Number 3. Number 3. We've got Sarah coming in at number 3 as well.
Well, since I thought it was a hat, I'm going with number 1.
And Andy with a number 1. A long hat with bells on it, the type typically worn by jesters. Very interesting. Nobody want to go with an advanced software application? That doesn't seem convincing to anybody?
I don't remember them calling it that on the Big Bang Theory.
What, did they have something like that?
Yeah, he was using like this emotion detector to see if people were angry, happy, or sad, or whatever.
I love that show, and I don't remember that. All right, we got any more for any more? We got 2 for 3 and
1 for 1.
1 for 1. And I know the answer, so I can't guess this week.
True.
All right. Well, listen, I had such a good time. We did this before, and I was pleasantly surprised to be able to pull another one off. If you said
dun, dun, dun.
Number 2, you were incorrect.
Really?
Both answers, number 1 and number 3, are both correct. We did this with with Popple. Fool's cap. Fool's cap.
Nice.
A long hat with bells on it, the type typically worn by jesters. But it is also Ray coming in at the last second with number 3. That is correct. A type of lined writing paper standardized to 8 by 13 inches. In North America, it is referred to as legal sized paper.
Huh.
Do you remember in public
I
school?
seem to recall something about foolscap.
Get the full scap. It usually came on like a pad, and you peeled them off.
Yeah,
Right. The reason why
but I
it's
always thought it was
called
foolscap.
full scap, FULL
Yeah.
scap. Yeah, I always thought that as well, but it is foolscap.
Really?
The reason why it's called foolscap is that in the 18th century, the folio-sized paper used to have a watermark of a fool's cap on it, hence foolscap.
Well, there you go.
And so, yeah, both 1 and 3
Huh.
are correct.
This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Yes, it is.
Very cool.
All right, that one was a fun one this week. I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun with this one. We'll be back next week to do it all over again with another nonsensical word. And yeah, we'll ask you for your guesses one more time. Back to you, Andy.
This one's kind of neat for fans of Smallville. The creators have confirmed a fan theory about Lois Lane that was discussed.
What fan theory?
Apparently,
Yeah.
Allison Mack's character.
Wait, is she the one that was
She's
arrested?
the cult one, yes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, she's the cult one.
She's the never going to see the light of day again.
Oh no, she's out.
Yeah, she'll never be on TV again.
Probably not. I'd still watch her though. I like Allison Mack. But yeah, apparently her character Chloe was going to be the proto Lois, and at
Lois.
Yeah, at some point she would have to go into, hiding, change her name, and become Lois Lane. Because during the first 3 seasons of Smallville, they were like, "No, you're not using Lois Lane. Can't have her."
Okay.
And then, what is it here? Where was it here? Season 4. It rolls around, and they were told, "Yeah, you can have her for 2 episodes, the character.
All right.
And then you can have her for 3." And then they're like, "Okay, you can keep her for half the season."
Oh man.
And then Warner Brothers television president at the time, Peter Roth, he said, and I'm quoting here, "Fuck it, she's on the show now. Just keep her. She's not leaving." So that's how they transitioned away from this fan theory. And
right. We're gonna actually cast this person. Okay. Well, listen, I didn't watch a whole lot of Smallville. It just diverted too much for me. Knowing what I know now of this person, I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to spoil another character.
Well, at least she didn't spoil the character until way after.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Steve.
My ears. Was that over the bananas?
No, I think it's about the Allison Mack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. There is talk about the show getting a revival. With some of the original cast reprising their roles, because they already have, like, they've had Tom Welling and
but he did an appearance on
The Flash.
When
they did their
he gave up his powers.
Yeah, he gave up his powers to just be the farm boy.
Right.
And it was during their whole was it the Flash version of Crisis?
It was their Crisis. Yeah.
And they jumped around, like they had him, they had Brandon Roth come back.
Everybody kind of showed up. Yeah, Brandon Roth got to do Kingdom Come Superman. Yeah. That was cool.
But because of what she did with the cult, chances are that's kind of scrubbed off now. So
you could bring the show back without her.
You could.
I mean, that would be an easy, her character just died.
I have to go now. Away she goes.
It's been what? How many years since Smallville went off the air?
Oh, I don't know.
So if they pick it up sort of in real time, like we've been away for X number, she died.
Yeah.
Done. Dead.
Yeah.
Or she went to prison.
She finally got caught hacking.
She went to prison for starting a cult.
Yeah.
All right. I can't do it anymore.
But anyway. So this next one here, apparently Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. The movie
passed Split to become Blumhouse's biggest film at the box office.
Oh, that's good for them.
Nearly 300 million.
That's good for them.
Yeah.
That's really good for them. Do we know what the budget was on this?
I don't know for sure.
I'm going to look it up.
But apparently, like, this is good news. They're going to greenlight any number of sequels now.
You would think.
Because franchise ho.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Blumhouse.
budget.
Really?
What'd you say that would they make?
300 million.
300 million on a $20 million budget.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
now that's a box office success.
300. That's right. Divided by 20. It made 15 times its budget.
Nice.
So that's absolutely, yeah, that's a landslide win. Ah. What's Steve saying? Steve's got something going on there. The WWE wrestler got 17 years for a DUI.
If I'm not mistaken,
we talking
I
about?
believe that might be Tammy Lynn Sitch.
Oh, okay.
She was Sunny back in the day.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. Sunny. That's what he just said there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
One coming in from Red here.
Red says, unsurprising, every child under 18 loves Five Nights at Freddy's. This was literal printed money for anyone who's ever heard the term let's play.
True.
Ah, another franchise I just couldn't get behind.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but kids have, and they like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This next one's kind of funny, basically because of what we were talking about last week.
Okay.
So you remember John Woo's comments thrown in with
I do.
what's his face?
I do.
Well, the review has come out for his latest one, Silent Night.
Oh, this is the one with Joel Kinnaman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm quoting here, and this review says his latest directorial effort, the Joel Kinnaman-led Silent Night, plays at best like a Punisher fan film, and at worst, like a failed film school assignment whose parameters,
Oh, wow.
mostly dialogue-free experiment, become a gimmick it can't sustain.
Really?
So, like we were kind of joking when we were going over the synopsis last week, like, doesn't that sound Punisher-ish?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And apparently we're not the only ones to think it.
That's funny that we weren't the only ones to feel that way about it.
Yeah.
And I like Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah.
I really do, but I don't know. Sometimes gimmick movies, they
Yeah.
don't always work. Like,
No.
what's that? Remember Hardcore Henry?
Yes.
The one that was done in first person.
First person, yeah.
It kind of worked. Not all gimmicks do, though.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm probably not going to go see this one, but
It'll be on streaming probably,
soon enough.
in about 35 days
Yeah.
after the 40-day window's over.
No.
Steve says comes out on Friday, I believe.
It does.
Oh,
It
okay.
actually opens to the public on Friday.
All right then.
Yep.
Well, we'll have to see what the box office is
I
after the
know,
weekend to see where it lands.
The advance reviews are already gone.
Yeah, really.
Terrible. But
Red says Hardcore Henry was pretty good. Guns Akimbo was better.
Hmm.
All right.
haven't seen.
I have not seen that one either.
No. But Vanity Fair, I guess they went out and they're giving us our first look at the Fallout series from Amazon.
So I have not played Fallout,
Me either.
but having looked at what the offerings are here in the images that have been released, I'm like,
Why is the red skull there?
I'm okay with that. You got some dudes that look like Space Marines right out of Warhammer, but they look cool. So that kind of made me go, huh?
Yep.
Oh. So I will probably give this a chance.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot.
If
too.
the horror's not too horrific.
I don't think it's so much horrific as like more Mad Max style. Like everything's post-apocalyptic.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But we get our shots here of the Brotherhood of Steel clad in their power suits.
Yeah, seriously.
Uh-oh. Red's mad now.
Do I need to take you guys to Fallout school?
Maybe it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah. Sean
And
says,
Sean, the Fallout games are great to play.
nice. But yeah, we've got Lucy here, who's played by Yellow Jacket star Ella Purnell.
Oh, Yellow Jackets. Yeah.
Walter Goggins
Right.
is taking the role of a character named Ghoul, who I guess is our Red Skull.
I presume, that's I saw a side by with the video game character and this look.
And is it pretty close?
It's not that far off. It's a little smoother.
Nice.
It's a little more burn victim and a little less Freddy Krueger, like the who was also a burn victim, but much more
Bernie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Definitely be worth a watch. It's going to land on Prime Video.
I was going to say,
April 12th.
who's making this one? It's Prime.
Yeah, it is Prime
Okay.
Video. So
Well, and we know that they're willing to spend money on TV, so hopefully they've spent some good coin on this one.
yeah, I think
Kind of looks like they have.
Yeah. next up here, the Kang Dynasty. There is hope still.
Are you hopeful though? Are you personally hopeful for this?
I could go either way.
The
Kang was never
idea
my
that-
favorite villain.
Yeah, the idea that the character of Kang is not done
Yeah,
with the end of Loki.
yeah,
I said that if they decided that, okay, time to pivot, I'd be okay with it. I'm
Yeah.
okay with the resolution that we got at the end of Loki with everybody that's concerned. That being said, Michael Waldron, who was a writer
yeah. He's part
Yeah,
creator of the Loki series.
of Loki, is now taking over to
Yeah.
write this movie.
Yeah, he's writing this one as well as the follow-up, Secret Wars.
I am very much okay with that because Loki has been the most interesting thing to me post Endgame yet.
Yeah, there
Mind
you
you, I
are.
did like WandaVision, but
It
that's a
was
whole
good.
other thing.
But yeah, like Kang Dynasty had lost its director, and so now we're kind of getting back on track with a proper screenwriter and everything.
Yeah.
And what was his name here? I can't remember his name. Anyway,
Who are we thinking of?
one of the dudes who's in charge here.
Kevin Feige?
No,
Not that dude.
no.
I mean,
Somebody
he's really
Wright.
in charge.
Somebody named Mr. Wright or Mrs. Wright. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But anyway, they say as far as where it's all going, I can't say, and not because I'm being coy, we're not part of the upcoming Avenger movies. What I would say is, I mean, I know Michael Waldron is working on them, and he obviously loves them because his world he partially helped create.
Oh, cool.
So, you know, if he's like invested that far, that's like Dave Filoni stuff. Right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So, yeah. So far, the scheduled dates for this one still a ways off. The Kang Dynasty, May 1st, 2026, and Avengers Secret Wars on May 7th, 2027.
Okay.
So, long time to wait, but it'll go by.
On that note, and I don't know if you touched on this week, but this is a good time to talk about that. You've got, what do you say? That's May 1st for Kang Dynasty. That's 2026.
Yep.
Avengers Secret War, May 7th, 2027. Now we're tail into 2023. There's talk that the only MCU movies coming out next year are from Sony. The Spider movies.
I thought the only one coming out from the House of Mouse was Deadpool 3.
Yeah, sorry, that's correct. Yeah, so but Sony is releasing more MCU movies next year than Marvel with their Spider stuff.
Yeah, because they've got Madam Web, they've got Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
Possibly Venom 3.
So it's going to be interesting with Sony picking up sort of the slack.
Mm-hmm.
Will they be building a more cohesive Spider universe, or will they
just
be
bite the bullet and say yes, we're all one
we're all
universe?
yeah? That I'm interested to know how that's going to play
It's
it.
like that would be the route to go.
To just
And
one
then-
big MCU.
Yeah, and have Disney play ball and say, okay, here you can have this guy for this movie.
Yeah.
Send this one over for that movie.
Right. I agree with you on that 100%.
But the Late Show. had to
Oh, that's
cancel their
really,
filming.
really unfortunate.
It is,
At the same time, good for him to know when your body says you need to slow down.
Yeah. Stephen Colbert calls a week off of filming because of unforeseen medical emergency.
Yeah.
And what it turns out, he posted on Instagram or is it X'd or
X? Is it X?
I think this is a blue check mark one. It might be X'd.
It could be X.
He X'd saying,
Oh wait, this looks like this might be Threads.
maybe
This
one
could, yeah, it's Threads.
okay, it's one of them. Have we got a word for Threads yet, or is it still
No, it's
threading?
Threads. Threads.
All right. He wrote, I'm sure you're thinking turkey overdose, Steve, gravy boat capsize, before revealing that he actually suffered from an appendix rupture.
Yeah, that's pretty serious. Like to go from I think something's wrong to it burst.
Yep. And he wrote, he finished his post off saying, going forward, all emails to my appendix will be handled by my pancreas.
Still a funny man.
Yep. And it
That's
kind of
good.
sucks. Like they've just come back off hiatus from the whole strike thing.
Right.
And now he's gone for who knows how long now. Probably not super long, but
Yeah, I
long enough
mean,
to recover.
he spends most of his time behind a desk. He could probably get back to work sooner than later. But at
Probably.
the same time,
You don't want to rush it.
no, I wouldn't.
No. But yeah, hopefully he gets better soon.
Yeah.
This one kind of caught me off guard. I did not know they were doing this. But
Yeah,
Ridley Scott.
I think I knew this was coming, but I hadn't really paid much attention to it because it's still so far away.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
Ridley Scott, he's gone on to explain what happened to Lucius after the original film because they're working on Gladiator 2.
2, yeah.
So it's going to be the story of Lucius when he's all grown up with, what's his name here? Paul Mescal is going to be playing the grown-up Lucius.
Okay. Do we know who that is?
I do not.
Let's see. We're going to look him up now.
Yeah, and it's going to take place like 15 years later.
Okay.
So he was 12 in the first one. So we're going to be looking at like 27 years old.
Yeah, Paul Mescal, who's actually 27 years old.
Oh, perfect.
Irish actor. Irish actor, studied at the Lear Academy, known for, what are we known for? Let's see, what's he been in? Acting credits. Wow. Short film Drifting, The Last Daughter, After Sun, God's Creatures, Carmen, All of Us Strangers, Foe, and none of these I haven't heard of any of these, to be honest with you. Gladiator 2 coming up, and then something else that he's working on, Merrily We Roll Along. So yeah, there you go. Oh, he was in a music video for the Rolling Stones in 2020.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
But yeah, apparently Lucius has been out in the wilderness, having lost touch with his mother, and his mother lost touch with him. She doesn't know where he is, thinks he might even be dead. So
Right.
maybe it's like a prodigal son goes out to find himself, and he comes back home to
Maybe.
take the throne.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, apparently we've also got Connie Nielsen will be reprising her role as Lucilia.
Oh,
From
cool.
the original movie. Jimon
Honshu. Yeah.
returning, to play Maximus's former associate Juba. And then they're also including Denzel Washington and
really?
Joseph Quinn and
Okay.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh my God, that guy, he's in everything. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they did begin filming this past June, but then everything went to hell. And as soon after the strike ended on November 9th, Ridley Scott confirmed that filming would resume in time for the holiday season, and half of the movie has been shot so far.
Okay.
So that's
All right.
like good.
Yeah. Well, Gladiator 2, are you on board?
You know what? It'll have to be good. I'm glad that he is involved in it again.
Yeah.
Because that was such a great movie.
It was, yeah.
I mean, even
quite
with
enjoyed it.
the flub there when the cart flips over.
Wow. That's okay.
It gives you something to look for.
Sure,
a little,
sure. Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, it'll probably be good. But
for a guy who doesn't generally do sequels,
yeah,
he doesn't do a lot of I mean, he's had some of his films have had sequels.
Yeah, like the Alien franchise, right?
Sure, and Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But he didn't direct it.
No.
Right. So cool.
Yeah. So Xbox Series X and Series S.
Yeah, whatever.
Their sales have collapsed in Europe.
Whatever.
So what's going on over there that we don't know about?
But that's a headline. Collapse. What does that mean? Just what's the drop? What are we talking about?
See here. According to fresh data at gi.biz, Sony's PlayStation 5 is comfortably number 1 in sales in Europe, up 143% over October last year.
Oh, that's a pretty good number.
The Nintendo Switch is second despite a 20% drop.
Oh, wow.
But the Xbox Series X and S have seen a 52% drop in sales.
That's tough to look at, when it doesn't really tell us. It doesn't tell us actual sales numbers.
No.
So
just percentages of what they
want. Yeah. I mean, if you sold 100 million units and you dropped 52%, that's still what, 49 million units, right? Like,
yeah.
Plus, we're almost at the midway point for the lifespan of this console.
Like the next one's
the refresh is coming, the slimmer one or whatever. And I just read a thing yesterday that said, and I didn't see a picture, but they actually said that the refresh on the Xbox Series X is way more exciting than the refresh on the PS5 Slim. So interesting to see what that's going to look like.
Yeah. But what else did they say about it here?
Well, probably the fact that there just hasn't been a lot of AAA titles for it.
No, like again with your Spider-Man being a PS5 exclusive, and
Yeah, and with Starfield being an Xbox exclusive, and it's an early, man, I hate to say it because I've been playing the crap out of it, but it is rife with bugs.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm in a couple different groups for the game, and it's not just on Xbox; it's also on PC. That a lot of the bugs, they've patched it a couple of times. They still say that like half of Bethesda Studios is working on this game, so and they have a long-term plan for it, but it's buggy as hell.
but it could all flip around because of the whole Activision Blizzard thing now,
I fully expect that it will.
and then hopefully that's enough to get it through. But they're not expecting the next gen until 2028. So
Well, you still got time, and that was the thing for me when I bought mine. It was like, is it still worth buying in
Or-
2023?
yeah,
And halfway through the life cycle, yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
I don't regret it.
no, of course not. You played some great games so far.
I have. I just played Microsoft Flight Simulator,
Ooh.
but I deleted it because of how monstrously huge it is. It's massive.
Fair enough.
I flew a Cessna real time from Toronto to my house here in Kawartha Lakes. Took me about an hour.
Really?
Yeah. Took me about an hour. No,
Nice.
45 minutes or so. Yeah.
Hmm.
Flying VFR, following the roads. It was fun though.
Nice. This next one, I didn't know this was happening, but apparently Squid Game The Challenge, actual game show.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Squid Game, so this means nothing to me.
Fair enough. But participants of the game are threatening to sue over injuries that they're sustaining in the game.
I mean, like you would have had to have signed a waiver to
I would
get on
think
the
so,
show.
yeah.
So, I mean, what do you do? Like you've signed the waiver, quit.
Yeah.
Quit. If you're hurt, go home.
Yep.
Go home.
CEO Daniel Slade said in a statement, from what we've been told, they push the boundaries of safety in the name of entertainment.
Oh,
Production companies need to ensure that health and safety standards on their shows don't leave people at risk of harm.
have they not like watched any of these, like Beastmaster, American Ninja Warrior, like any of that stuff?
I don't know.
Like there's an inherent level of risk in all of that stuff. So
Yeah, but like you watch American Ninja Warrior and stuff,
Yeah.
and those people are training like the entire year.
that
to
is
go for it.
true. That
I'm
is
guessing
true.
Squid Games is just, hey, I want to win some money.
Regular Joe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
One participant said it was like a war zone. People were getting carried out by medics, but we couldn't say anything because if you talk, you're out.
Oh, right. Because it's
So-
Squid Game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's Red saying? Red's got a couple things going on there. He's talking about the Xbox thing. Daddy Microsoft will absolutely treat stepson Blizzard better than bad dad Activision did. What else we got there? Oh, and Sony has better exclusives. Not hard to fathom. Again, I'm a big fan of exclusives. Just shouldn't be a thing when it comes to video games,
Yeah.
which, by the way, the folks over at Microsoft agree with, and they said so in the trial. It doesn't help the industry.
No.
It might help the companies, in driving sales, but it does not help the industry, especially the people who are making the games.
Yeah.
Mind you, part of the biggest issue right now, talking about Sony having better exclusive, Baldur's Gate 3, still scheduled to come out on Xbox, was supposed to be out in November. They're now saying December, and part of the issue is they're having trouble adapting the split screen co-op to the Microsoft hardware on a Series S console. So there is the hardware thing that is kind of I guess it can kind of affect development depending on who you're developing for. So, But yes, short version, exclusives shouldn't be exclusive.
Yeah. This next one is kind of neat.
Okay.
CM Punk made a shocking
Yeah,
return to WWE.
I'm so detached from wrestling that I'm like, what does this mean? I just don't know.
Well, the last year and a bit anyway, he's been with AEW.
Was it an amicable? Was he WWE before that?
He was WWE 10 years ago.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
and then left 10 years ago.
Left unceremoniously, I guess. After dropping a pipe bomb in a promo. A verbal pipe bomb.
Oh, I'm like, wait,
taking shots at management and everything.
Oh, like for real?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's the kind of stuff that gets you to exit a company. Absolutely. Yeah.
But then, of course, he was suspended from AEW there for a backstage fight with the Young Bucks, which was legitimate.
An actual
backstage brawl where chairs were thrown and people were busted open and stuff.
That's not cool.
But anyway, he came back. Oh,
we're getting a call. It's an 866 number. I do not think that this is a person.
I don't know. It's got a plus at the front.
Plus. I'm going to take this.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
My name is.
Hi.
My name is Kevin, and I'm calling you from Kudo Web Store. Regarding order.
That's fantastic. I'm gonna put you on hold for just a couple seconds here, and I'm gonna leave the room. This is an important call. I have to take this one. Can you hold for a second?
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much. Hold on.
It is random.
Things happen out of your control.
It does. But anyway. Bye, Wes. Yeah, CM Punk returns after 10 years away. And I did have a clip for this, but unfortunately I forgot to upload it. So I do apologize for that. But not everybody was happy with his return because Seth Rollins, who was still at the ring, there is video footage from fans out there of him flipping off CM Punk something fierce. And yeah, apparently that might be a work, but we don't know yet. He did come out on Monday night and gave a big speech at the end of Monday Night Raw. And basically he finished it up saying, I'm here to make money, not friends. So probably a work, but who knows? Yeah, I do apologize for not having that video clip because it was fun. It was basically Seth Rollins getting held back by referees and so forth, all while flipping off CM Punk. But at the other side of the ring, another competitor, Drew McIntyre, was also visibly upset, and he basically stormed out of the building. So I don't know if that's legitimate or not. Could be. Things will play out. But next up here, we have finally got our update on the Naruto live action movie. It's going to be written by Tomb Raider animated series showrunner Tasha Hao, who was involved in The Witcher Blood Origins and the upcoming Mighty Nine and Red Sonja. So that should be interesting. Personally, I haven't watched Naruto. All I know about is the Naruto running. So Red, if you're up on that one, you could chime in. What else here? It will be a project from Lionsgate, and it's still in development, so no street date or air date. But Ho is quoted as saying, adapting iconic characters or IP makes the writing of it easier. And because the passion for the writing is already there, I'm so inspired by these characters already that it's exciting to just take a part of their journey and try and tell that fun story in a way that would appeal to me as a fan. So Red says, oh God, Naruto has a much higher chance of failing than One Piece did.
What do you know?
Nearly as charming and would be way more effects heavy. Fair enough. Yeah, like I was saying, the only thing Naruto I know of is the Naruto run.
So just a second, Andy.
Yo.
You might have just been talking by yourself because apparently when I got up to leave, I solo buttoned microphone 4.
Uh-oh.
So We don't have a microphone for her. We only have 1 and 2. So if anybody noticed that, it was like a talking bobblehead here.
I don't think so, because Red actually answered my
Oh,
question.
well, then that's great. I'm glad that
we're
worked
good
out.
there.
Okay. So that whole thing about life happening, life just happened and I just got something sorted out. So I apologize for that, but it was an important call and I needed to take it. That being said, the line is still open.
Fair enough. Yeah, Red says, "Nah,
Okay,
I heard
great.
it all."
Okay, perfect.
At least on YouTube. Oh, and
good.
Jeff.
Jeff,
Hello,
Jeff on Facebook. No, we could hear. Hello, Jeff Troop from New Books.
Down in Oshawa.
North Simcoe Street in Oshawa.
Mhm.
Hopefully you've been down there and patronized his business because it is a fantastic family-run business
I am
and
just
they could
about due
use
to go back there again.
all the support that you can give them.
Oh, we got a call coming in.
All right, this one is an actual call. I know this person. Hello, Red Swenson. You are live on Fandom Power. What's going on?
Hey, just checking in. Wanted to sort of explain this Naruto thing.
Yeah, 'cause it's
So-
pretty much foreign to me.
Let's put it this way. There's what's known as the Big Three anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's Naruto, One Piece, and a show called Bleach.
The big
Okay.
three.
And these 3 anime are sort of given the highest status among anime because they really number one, they really brought a lot of it into North America, but number 2, they're all very long running. Like One Piece is still going.
I feel like
Naruto has a sequel series.
We can call that subjective. I mean, I'm a few years older than you are, and anime has been around since the 1970s in North America.
Robotech.
No, earlier than that, man.
Voltron.
Earlier than that.
Battle of the Planets.
That's fair.
Yes. Yeah.
That's fair.
Shows like
And-
Astro Boy and
I'm not discrediting your experiences, but these shows, along with Dragon Ball Z, are kind of what brought anime from being like a sort of a niche kind of market
sure.
into being very mainstream.
It's still pretty niche.
So
I'm just pulling your leg.
it's pretty niche, but things like the Scott Pilgrim anime got made.
That's
Things like
true.
Avatar, people argue if it's anime or not. Like it's a big deal now. But of the big 3. One Piece is sort of the most
true. Right.
whimsical and doable because number 1, they're more adult, but number 2,
yeah.
the Naruto show, it's the anime is a little darker. It's a little more effects heavy. There's a lot more like basically I'm going to call it spell casting.
Yep.
And I don't know. I just think that One Piece was the easiest of the 3 to adapt for a reason, and I just hope that they really put the effort into this that you were saying they might by the promo you were giving.
Yeah.
Jeff Troop says,
It's got a lot of potential to hit a wall and just grind to a halt. To be honest.
You get a comment from Jeff who says, Akira, when did that premiere? Akira is 1988. Now, I don't know when the first English dub showed up in North America, but I think it was relatively close to that. It wasn't very long.
That would have been early
afterwards.
90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Early 90.
Absolutely.
So.
But yeah.
Yeah, Akira's up there.
Well, again,
but as far as shows go.
Yeah. I mean, well, as far
as movies came across more frequently because movies are a little more
again as far as shows go. I mean, again, I stand by what I said. Anime has been around in North America since the 1970s. It's just, again,
you're right.
It is pretty niche, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Naruto and specifically this coming to live action.
Yeah, like the last update we got was in 2018 when what was her name here? Michael Gracie, basically said they were still working on a script.
Right.
So to have this come forward that the writers are now
produced by Avi Arad. Now that blows me away.
Yeah, there's the name for you.
Jeez. Okay.
I don't know where we're at with this right now.
That interests me.
But saying that it's going to be written by Tomb Raider animated series showrunner Tasha Hugh. By the way, I've not seen the Tomb Raider
I haven't
animated series. Is this a new thing as well?
don't know for sure.
I
I
don't know
haven't
either.
seen that either.
I'm interested. I like the Tomb Raider franchise, so I'm definitely interested in seeing that. And then I can make an educated decision whether I think this is going to be good or not.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use this as a segue because you just talked about the argument about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I said last week when we looked at the Avatar imagery, and I said it, I'll say it again. Oh, I'll finally be able to get through it because they've stripped out some of the like hokey silliness.
There's a lot of filler.
I
Yeah.
feel like that makes that more accessible to somebody like me. And maybe they'll do the same thing with Naruto. Now, like I have kids that are age appropriate that did watch Naruto for a period of time. Wasn't my thing. Not that I didn't try.
I watched.
Just wasn't my thing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Also not my thing. I felt like that was right in that whole Pokemon clone, right up there with Digimon. And there was a bunch of them.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, Naruto coming to live action.
I don't know.
All I know is he runs funny.
He does run
Does
very
the anime
funny.
run? With the hands
apparently.
out behind him?
Yeah, because that's the run they were making
That
fun
is
of
the
at,
Naruto run.
The anime run.
Area 51 raid. And they had that one clip where dude goes running by in the
The
background.
anime run. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that is my extensive knowledge on the
That is where that came.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. If there's the only sticking point that I can see is that in the show, the main characters are supposed to be 12-year-olds.
Oh.
And I don't know if they could pull that off.
I don't know. I don't know. I would. Would you age them up a little bit? At least make them teenagers?
Maybe.
You could either age them up a little bit, or I don't know, depending on how the success of this new Avatar series, we might be seeing a new slew of child actors in martial arts.
Well, yeah, I can see that as well. I would be okay with aging them up to make them at least teenagers, so that at least it's relatable to a bigger audience. Yeah. But then again, with live action, you are at the mercy of the aging process. So you either work fast, or you recast. So
that's true. Digitally de-age.
Yeah.
No, there is that as well. Yeah.
Now, the whole issue of child soldiers is probably a thing that would come up in the production of this.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my 2 cents on Naruto live action.
Listen, man,
I don't know, but I'll wait.
Well, listen, I appreciate the education on this stuff because so much of this is out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's paying attention.
Honestly, I think that if you took a couple of weeks to take a deep dive into a handful of really good anime, you might come around.
Listen, the last anime that I watched front to back, and I picked up a couple of loose single discs at the bargain bin in Walmart, got me hooked. I went out and found the whole series, was the Samurai 7. Which is a retelling of the Seven Samurai in a post-apocalyptic setting that's sort of steampunky. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
And still, quite firmly planted in the anime, big eyes and little kids and weird stuff. But yeah, that's the last one I've watched sort of front to back. So,
okay.
Man, you got anything else you want to chew on tonight?
No, I am very much looking forward to my winter holidays, and it's been I just had COVID last week, so.
Oh man, so sorry to hear that, but you're okay.
7th time.
Oh, only.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, maybe it's time for a booster.
Lucky 7.
I got my booster.
Booster number 4, 5, 7, 12.
Booster number 5, I think.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, man, as always, we appreciate your time, appreciate you being a fan of the show. And thank you once again for calling in and teaching me something.
Anytime, boys.
Cool, dude. We'll talk soon.
Cheers. Have a good show. Good night.
Yeah, thank you, man. Well, there you go. Naruto.
A little bit
from someone who knows.
Insight. This next one we know a little bit about.
Okay.
Agatha, the Darkhold Diaries.
This is like title change number 35?
35 or something, yeah. But they unveiled a first look and behind the scenes video
I haven't watched this video. Did you watch it?
I did.
What do you think?
As far as I can tell, they don't give away too much, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
Is this going to be set in her prison house?
I think somehow she's going to get out of her prison house.
Well, I would think
But,
that she would, but maybe it starts there.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Because in the beginning of the behind the scenes video, they do show a lot of WandaVision footage, basically to get you up to speed to where she is.
The setup.
Yeah. But they go on.
She was a fantastic character in WandaVision. Like, there's no
great
denying. Yeah.
Swerve at the end there. And
I'm
then,
surprised that it's taken this long to get back to this.
But they posted on X with this video, and it has gone over to YouTube as well. So we do have the link to that in the show notes.
Oh, good, because I'll need to watch it.
Yeah. But it featured head writer and series creator Jack Schaefer sharing the story of how Agatha Darkhold Diaries came to be. And it gives you a little brief look at some of the cast members who will be joining, like Aubrey Plaza,
right?
Joe Locke, and Patty LuPone.
Okay.
So they haven't revealed their characters yet.
Just
that they're going to be part of it.
Are we guessing?
I'm not guessing at this point. I don't know enough about the Agatha mythos.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But where was it here? Including those three who they revealed.
Yeah.
Also going to be Sashir Zamata, Miles Gutierrez Riley, and Ali An.
I don't know any of those actors.
Me neither. But a bunch of people from Westview will be returning from WandaVision.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Deborah Jo Rupp, Emma Caulfield Ford.
Mrs. Foreman.
Yeah. And Asif Ali.
Okay.
So the last one there, Parks and Recreation vet, will be playing the role of Rio Vidal.
Yes.
Who is rumored to have a romantic connection with Agatha.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess everybody deserves love.
Yeah, why not?
Except for, murdery types.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Agatha.
But Aubrey Plaza, she has opened up and said she hasn't said much about the character, but described it as the most elevated Marvel material that's out there.
The most elevated.
Yeah.
Oh, that says a lot.
That sets the bar pretty high.
I thought WandaVision was pretty out there.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty cerebral.
It was like just jumping episode to episode to episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in a previous interview, Joe Locke is rumored to be playing the teenage version of Wanda's son, Billy, aka Wiccan.
Oh, okay.
So bringing another magic.
Yeah.
Going
to be a variant.
Maybe.
They're all variants at this point.
Yeah. But, it's slated to debut in 2024 sometime. So.
Okay.
Have to wait too long.
You know what? Again, I'm open. I'm open-minded to whatever it is that they throw out there. Hopefully it's good. It's good. I enjoyed her character
because she put a lot into that character.
She really did.
In this video, you can see there's still that same enthusiasm coming through.
Yeah.
She's ready to deliver more of that character.
Okay.
So this next one caught me off guard.
What do we got now?
The Fantastic Four movie, Galactus will have a female Silver Surfer. So Norrin Rad will be a woman.
Norma Rad.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Yes and no. If they're just gender swapping the role for the sake of gender swapping, no, leave the Silver Surfer as Norrin Rad.
Yeah.
Because Galactus has had female heralds before.
Frankie Reyes.
Yeah, Nova.
Yeah.
And we've seen the Silver Surfer brought to the screen in the Fox movie.
Yep.
And he looked great there. I mean,
yeah. Well, he was Doug Jones. The physical embodiment of the Silver Surfer was Doug Jones.
And he was voiced by Lawrence
Fishburne. Yeah. But I'm okay with this. Like I've said this before. When you do stuff like this, if you adhere to the essence and the spirit of the character, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I also agree with you that if this is a diversity choice, it's an unnecessary one.
Yeah. Because this character has been around for, 60s, 70s?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not like, yeah, we need to do this.
Yeah. But where is he here? There it is. Jeff Snyder, the guy who was working for Scooper and brought in the report about Pedro Pascal being cast as Reed Richards.
Oh, okay.
He is quoted as saying, yes, you can expect to see a female Silver Surfer. So, but apparently it might be that Frankie Ray character.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
So it'd be weird to kind of like, skip over the whole Norrin Rad thing.
Right, and go
just
right to
make
another
her.
Herald, yeah.
Yeah. And, which is weird because like no two Heralds have ever been the same.
Well, so let's dive on that for a second, because that raises some questions for me, in the sense that, is that in fact, is someone saying, oh, a female Silver Surfer, because they just don't know who the other characters were?
Yeah.
Maybe it will actually be Nova.
Yeah, I would be fine with that.
Which is, not to be confused with Nova from the Nova Corps, but
which they kind of goofed up in Galaxy
or
Guardians anyway,
without doing the Nova Force, and okay.
But they can recover there because Thanos did roll in and kill all the Nova Corps.
Yeah, so I mean,
now all you would be left with was one
Nova and the Nova Force.
Yeah,
okay, that would be okay.
Yeah.
So and that does create some convolution, though, if you have two Novas rolling around, and people, especially for general movie going people.
It's everything now, though. Like you look at Shazam, who is Shazam over in there, but only because he can't be called Captain Marvel.
But he can be called Captain Marvel.
I know.
Yeah. Now that we've solved that legal thing, again, that's fine for comic book nerds like you and I, but for a general movie going audience who just would be like, Nova, wasn't that like the cops in Guardians? That's where they're gonna think.
Yeah.
So I can see someone saying, oh yeah, female Silver Surfer, when what they mean is female Herald of Galactus. Yeah. We'll have to wait and find out, I guess.
Yeah, the character Frankie Ray first appeared in Fantastic Four number 161 way back in 1975.
Right.
Created by writer Roy Thomas and artist George Perez.
Oh, right. Cool.
Yeah. So it would be the John Byrne run in Fantastic Four in 1982, 244.
Yeah.
That's where Frankie Ray got, up to Herald of Galactus.
Yeah, and there's been other Heralds. There was Fire Lord,
Morg. I want to say Terrax, but I don't know for sure.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah,
because the latest HasLab Galactus came with a bunch of the Heralds. So
that's right. Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see what happens. So circling back to our first story.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This one came out today. Iman Vellani again. She has shared her thoughts on how the MCU can regain Endgame level hype.
Okay.
So she is quoted as saying, Marvel needs to focus on its current roster of characters in order to generate the same buzz and excitement around upcoming MCU events that past releases have managed to achieve, claiming they could establish something similar to the next Avengers through different team-ups.
Okay, there's a part of that rings some truth. But if the characters individually don't have the same level of excitement as those original characters, no amount of team ups. Like if you take a character, and I'm not saying that Miss Marvel is a bad character, because she's a great character and she's great at it. But if you take Miss Marvel and you team her up with, say, I don't know, Spider-Man, I just want to see more Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? Like that gets me hyped up for Spider-Man.
True.
I don't know if it's reciprocal the other way. Like you team a lightweight with a heavy hitter, and comics have done that all the time.
Yeah. Like there's been entire series, Marvel team up for how long?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I feel for what she's saying. I just don't know if the practicality of that is, if the logic works.
She continues on saying, I don't know if it's just about getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because then like what's left? I think it's just about making the audience care about their characters. And I think they've established so many wonderful characters in the last phase of the MCU that it would be nice to see them all again and see them team up.
Well, come on, we all know that that's what they're working
Yeah,
towards.
like
And I
working
agree.
towards Young Avengers.
I agree with that. You want to care about your characters.
Yeah, you
but
want
that
your
comes
audience.
down to writing.
It does.
It really does. They are working towards Young Avengers. I think we talked about it last week. We pretty much said, like, who are we looking at? We're looking at Miss Marvel.
Yep.
The new Hawkeye.
Yep.
Cassie
Lang.
Yeah, Cassie Lang and Ironheart.
Yep.
Am I missing anybody?
I don't know that they've established him yet, but I believe Amadeus Cho as the totally awesome.
Right. Is there room for Shuri?
I would think so.
I mean, she is younger.
She's now the Black Panther, right?
That's yeah.
But again, she's looking at it at a different angle, and I like that because right now everybody is looking at it like, oh, the Marvels was a flop because it didn't pull in enough money.
But okay, so let me turn that on its ear a little bit. Now, this isn't related to the Marvels, but like the Blue Beetle,
yes,
tanked at the box office, but it is doing bank on streaming.
Nice.
And so it's probably going to be deemed a success based on streaming revenues.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think they should be classifying it as a success or failure based on
revenue
alone.
But that's,
I know it's what drives
bottom line, baby, bottom line.
You got to look past that.
It's easy to say that as a fan, as somebody who
I don't have 47 million.
No, I have nothing invested in it. So sure, I can look at it from, like a comic book nerd who just wants to be entertained. And the Marvels did that for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was happy with the movie. I did not come away saying that was terrible.
No, it wasn't. It was like I said, it was a solid middle of the road Marvel movie, which makes it a whole lot better than a lot of other middle of the road movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. I liked it.
Like you were saying earlier, 2024 will be a quiet year for MCU movies.
Right.
With Deadpool 3 being the lone one on the slate.
That's right. Yeah.
But Disney Plus's MCU schedule has 5 shows coming next year.
Oh, wow.
Marvel Zombies, Spider-Man Freshman Year.
Oh, that's animated.
Yeah. Agatha Darkhold Diaries, X-Men 97.
Also animated.
Yeah. And Echo.
Oh, right. And I thought that was sort of in limbo.
It was, but it's gotten its trailer out now. And
okay, good.
Oh my God, does it look good?
I'll have to watch. Oh, wait, we did see that. Yeah, we saw that one already.
Yeah.
That's right.
And in addition to that, Chris Evans has responded as well to
say
whether or not he's coming back, but he has said no one has contacted him at this time about returning as Captain America.
Translation, Chris Evans says, nobody's called me because that's what they told me to say.
Probably.
He's Andrew Garfielding us right now.
Probably. They're getting good at it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But that does bring us to our last.
Are we at the end? Oh, man. Okay, well, it's been a great show this week, but it is time once again where we turn it over. Well, you're already there.
Yeah.
It's Andy. He's out there in the aisles. He's hunting for you and I so we can save a few bucks with this week's toy hunting tip at Dollarama. What do you got?
This week showing up, we have the world's smallest Power Rangers.
Oh, more world's smallest.
Yeah.
That's good then. The assortments have been pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Again, showing up at $4 each. And so far confirmed, we have seen 5 of the 6 Rangers.
It's Mighty Morphin, right?
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin.
So we've got the green, the yellow, the blue, the black.
So we're missing what? Red?
We're missing red.
Do you include the white?
Pink is also there.
Oh, pink. Do you include white in that?
No. Why would... Well, he's more of like a season 2 thing.
I mean, green's there. So the same character.
Guy.
Same character. Yeah.
But yeah, they're going for $4 and on Amazon, you're looking at $12.47 plus $21.80 shipping. So that's a bit of a savings there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that's showing up is the McFarlane Raw 10 figures. So far confirmed, we've seen the Battlesnake and the Raptor.
That snake, I've noticed in a couple of the groups I'm in, is in high demand amongst G.I. Joe fans.
Especially for the Cobra, right?
Right. Like that to me, totally.
It is a great looking figure.
It totally screams Cobra.
Yeah.
Like, not because it is a Cobra, but I mean, Cobra, the organization.
Yeah.
I can totally see some kind of like throne with that incorporated into it.
You know what? It would even probably go well with a Conan display. If you
yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
And repaint them a little bit.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
But yeah, $5 at Dollarama and anywhere from $19.98 and up.
Yeah,
elsewhere.
I mean, $5. That's a good price.
Yeah, especially for a McFarlane, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're out there. Go find them.
Wow, that's awesome. And I guess, well, that's it for this week then.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, it's been another busy week for us here at the show, and as always, news is happening all the time. So I'm sure we've already missed probably half a dozen things that came out while we were talking.
I know one I did miss. Apparently, there was a hoax through yesterday.
About what?
About a celebrity death.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't either, but apparently someone claimed Bruce Willis bit.
Oh,
but it's not true. He's still kicking.
I saw a video with him and one of his kids the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're, I don't know, in the kitchen or something. And he was just holding her hand. Like it was a very sweet video.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be back on track next week for Tuesday night.
Yeah, we should be.
I hope so. I've been sort of following my calendar and trying to make sure that I am deconflicting wherever I can, but you never know. One way or another, we will be back Tuesday, Wednesday, one night next week. We'll be here. We're aiming for Tuesday. Keep an eye on our social media. We'll have all that stuff out there for you shortly. And also, shortly after we close out tonight, don't forget to head over and check out Fandom Power on Facebook, X, and all those other places. I will put that stop motion video that we talked about
for
the master.
Turtles of Grayskull.
Yes, Turtles of Grayskull. It is so cool.
I've seen another stop motion one where they're using the Origins one. Basically, they're trying to break out He-Man.
Yeah.
And even that was awesome.
I'm pretty sure Hank and I are going to start working on our Lando video this weekend. So hopefully we'll get the principal photography done on that over the weekend. And then I will commence to editing as soon as we're done. Might get that out next week, if not the week after, but hopefully
sometime soon.
If Hank's, not busy adulting this weekend, we'll get to it. But hey, we will be back. I promise.
Totally.
Anyway, listen, had a great night. Hope you did too. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll see you next week for Fandom Power. My name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And we'll, wait. Fan on. See you next time. Bye for now. Push the button, man. Push the button.
There.